the gun on third down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson. It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his first NFL reception, goes for 6, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On first down, Ingram. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now on 2nd and 16, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And again, it's Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal.
55. No game on this defense. No game. Mike, 55.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Here we go.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He may be playing free safety while wrapped up in a corner's body. But Earl Thomas is the best center fielder in the game. He cleans up everything back there as far as I'm concerned. I think he just has intelligence, understands things, and boy, is he tough.
Check 53. Wait. Double. Switch.
3rd and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Tighten up. Hey, check 6 guard. Check 3. Slay.
They run for it with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Jackson from the shotgun. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing, and keep in mind 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. Going to throw deep, and that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll run on first down. It's Ingram. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 38, Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
A gain of 4 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Mark 55! Mark 55! Here we go. Let's bring it.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as the Ravens push further out in front. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses, also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 35. Watch the twist.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Every day, any day. Back, feel it. Check.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Fitzpatrick on first down. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. Now it's Breida. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second down, it's Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Now a short one to Gesicki. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the second round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Let's set a tone, fellas.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Let's get off the field.
They'll try and run for it. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Bryant's extra point up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Hodges. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Raekwon McMillan gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Sam Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now a give to Breida. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Like 20. Kill. Wait. Regular.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick, and this is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Back up. Watch 36.
Fitzpatrick again. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run with Howard. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick, he gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
You don't want no problem.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the folks on hand here growing a little restless with their kicking game. That's now 2 misses so far.
And in a tight game, 4th quarter, the fans aren't the only ones getting restless, Brandon. There were a few looks of disbelief on that sideline as well.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that kick.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Lets it go for Nelson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
I got you. I got you, sir. I got you. You're all mine.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And this one's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Jim. Alert 3.
To throw again, Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. 34.
PPP. Hey, 5-0.
Switch it.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And some room to roam now. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Fitzpatrick now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Check 4. Hey, switch gears. Slam.
Feel it.
Flare.
4th down, Fitzpatrick. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Let's go.
Result of the play is
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. Give them 32 on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Key in 21.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
You ready?
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Ingram. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Hey, watch it. Go, go. Mark 55. Mark 55.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Hauling it in, Nelson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. 2nd and 12, and you have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Got a man. It's Brown. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
That's what I do. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Trump. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Hey, watch that.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Baltimore, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they go down to defeat here in the opener, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.